All right, guys, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Got a pretty cool video to do right now for you. Kind of excited about it, not even gonna lie. So here's what I got right now. I've got two pods from two different growers that I'm gonna do a side-by-side with, and then a third pod from yet a third grower that I'm doing just because I want to, and it's gonna be really, really hot. So Joe Emery grew this. It's a peach Maisma. It's a very, very pretty pepper. It's gonna be a challenge to cut that thing in half. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that part. I'll do the best I can. Wicked bumpy and just incredible bumps and just all kinds of craziness going on with this pepper. And then this one is from Jeff Hobbs, and this is an orange. It's called an orange Douglah Inception. Seeds from Brian Townsend, and this is a gorgeous pod. First time me eating this one, I'm excited about it. And then the third is from the Mighty Mustache. It's a really gorgeous mustard Primotalii. So let's get to it. I don't think I'm going to eat or take pictures of the pods depending on what they, unless it's really spectacular on the inside. There's the peach. Here is the orange. And then lastly, I'll cut the Primotalii in half. All right, so here is first the peach Maisma. This is from Joe Emery. There's the interior of this gorgeous peach Maisma. Huge placenta. Really neat looking. Oh, the wall linings are oily. There's a puddle. Oh, there's an actual puddle. I gotta take a picture of this, I'm sorry. What a cool looking puddle on the inside. All right, so I'm gonna eat this one first. The peach Maisma. Thank you, Joe Emery. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Interesting flavor. Started off fruity. It was fruity throughout the whole thing. It was just fruity and very peppery, very pepper forward. Towards halfway while I was kind of chewing it up, some bitterness and some floral kind of crept into it, which is a lovely combination. It's very hot. It's a super hot pepper. I mean, for a peach pod, very hot. If a non-chili had got a hold of this, it would just, they'd bum out. They wouldn't like it a bit. Chili head, this is a 7 to 10. I can totally see a chili head calling this a 10. I do. I can, I mean. All right, so that's the peach Maisma. Very pretty pepper, though, isn't it? Gorgeous. Here's the orange Douglah Inception. Here's the interior of this pod. Smells fruity. Just fruity and hot. All right, and this one is from Jeff Hobbs, the orange Douglah Inception. Very fruity up front, sweet at first, which was it's such a pleasant thing when you get sweet in a super hot. But it was fruity and sweet at first. The sweet faded away. A slight bit of floral notes, but it just finished really nicely. Very, very good tasting pepper, and it was very, very juicy. It's not as hot, I don't think, as the peach. Great flavor though. For real, lovely flavor. Not quite as hot as the peach, but not really far away either. Beautiful peppers, unique looking, beautiful colors. Like the peach Maisma was bumpy and nasty looking. It was just great. Here is the mustard Primotalii from Mighty Mustache. Super oily. It smells hot as can be. All right, an orange Primotalii. I want to show you this. Really got that cutting thing down. A lot more people are paying attention to it. Just saying. It just occurred to me, I think mustard pods are one of the hardest pods to really get a beat on what a good mustard tastes like, because they're so often not sent, picked, or shipped at the optimum time. And it's one of the few peppers that has a dramatic difference between eating it when it's ripe versus immature. Huge difference. And that's one of the problems, I think. It took me a really long time of eating peach pods before I got one that would just sort of gelled with me. Before I could really kind of hone in and say, that's what a peach is supposed to taste like. Because I think too often, I would say that I ate peach pods for the better part of a couple years before I really had a firm handle on what a peach pod tastes like. But that one is hot. Just huge spike in heat from the first two, just attacking my throat. You know, it's again, there's going to be a savage chili head out there that'll call this a 7. And there might even be one that'll call that mustard Primotalii a 6, but that's a really hot pepper. It's probably a 7 to a 10 for most people. Very, very warm. I think it might even be climbing a little bit still. We'll give it another second to see if it goes anywhere else. And I'm just getting a little bit of an ear burn. There's a perfect Goldilocks number of peppers to eat. I don't know what it is because it changes depending on my tolerance. But if I'm in a challenge and I eat peppers and an endorphin rush hits and I keep eating peppers, then the capsaicin wins. It's going to override whatever help the endorphins are doing. The endorphins still assist me, obviously, but what happens is I stop eating peppers and the endorphin hits like it is right now. Then I'm fine, and just the endorphins roll. It's beautiful. But when you keep eating pods, the endorphins hit, and you keep eating pods, you don't get a second endorphin rush within the same chat. You just don't. So that's when the capsaicin basically wins. But I'm getting just a beautiful ear burn. I just feel nice and mellow. The pain is probably at a 1, if that. And if you think about that, I just ate a peach Maisma, an orange Douglah Inception, and a mustard Primotalii. My pain might be at a 1. It's a very beautiful thing. We're going to wrap it up now. In the description box, you'll see the link for those 3 growers. Check them out. They're great dudes. They grow great peppers. Right there is the pepper. Click it. When you do, you're riding with me. If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification. When you see the drop box, select all. But really, if you want to make sure that you're not going to miss any videos, your best bet is just to visit Chase the Heat here on YouTube a lot. And you know you're here every day anyway, so I may as well just do it. You save yourself. That way you will definitely not miss any videos. Right here, right there, excuse me, is Tommy's channel, The Lifeboat. It's a really important channel about beating an addiction. You know, I'm telling you, when you go through life with an addiction, you don't have to. So if you want to put something in your rearview mirror with a substance you want to get rid of, great place to start. Right there, more videos. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.